Look at that, we are out and we are shooting again, and this time it's a new entrant in the India's largely contested mid-size SUV segment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Skoda Kushaq, and it will take on the likes of some of the most popular offerings like the Hyundai Creta and the Kia Seltos in India. So under this rather beautiful weather, we will determine two things: whether it has the firepower to go against the segment leaders and whether it really lives up to its name of being an emperor.
Now, in terms of visuals, the car shares quite a lot of resemblance with the Vision Iron concept that we saw at the Auto Expo in Delhi. Paying homage to the Czech glass-making roots, a lot of the elements on the outside take inspiration from crystals. At the front, you get fully LED headlamps that are flanked by LED DRLs that gives the car a very aggressive stance. This is accentuated even more with the large grille that sits in between them. At the back, the car gets inverted L tail lamps that again are very crystalline with sharp edges. Speaking of which, there are plenty of creases and cuts at the back, which we believe is tastefully done without a hint of looking too busy.
Now, the one word that comes into your mind when you step inside the cabin of the Skoda Kushaq is premium. You get piano black finish and textured materials on the dashboard. You get a semi-digital instrument cluster that is neatly laid out and an HD touchscreen infotainment system that works like a charm. The infotainment system comes with connectivity features including Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The touch response is quite dynamic and doesn't show any hints of lag. While the instrument cluster of the car is fairly neat, it does miss out on a fully digital unit. Now, on the basis of customer research, Skoda has done away with any sort of buttons and knobs for its AC controls. Instead, there is a soft touch panel that, in our opinion, have too small of touch buttons that are a little distracting to use while driving. The car comes with ample of features including a 6-speaker Skoda music system, wireless phone charging and ventilated seats at the front. The car gets an electric sunroof but misses out on a panoramic one, which will be seen on the upcoming Volkswagen Tiguan. Now, the rear is where your family might spend their most of the time, and all in all, it's a good place to be. Now, for reference, I am 5'6", and as you can see, there is plenty of knee room to stretch out my legs. There is plenty of headroom as well. Anyone who measures up to 6 feet, it's going to be okay. Anyone who measures above that, it's going to be a little cramped up. Now, Skoda has done a commendable job in flattening out the central tunnel, which means 3 passengers can be seated comfortably. And there are a lot of practicality elements as well. You get 2 rear AC vents that are placed above C-type charging ports. You get a central armrest that has cup holders as well. Now, the car that we got to drive was the top-rung style variant that comes with a 1.5-litre TSI engine that outputs 150 PS and 250 Nm of torque. While we drove the slick shifting 7-speed DSG, the car also gets a 6-speed manual transmission. The engine, to say the least, is of a very rev-happy nature that finds a common ground between a city-oriented practical one and a performance-oriented one that puts a grin on your face. While the 7-speed DSG transmission did have a slight rubber band effect at slow speeds, this was completely flattened out once the car picked up momentum. Apart from the 1.5-litre unit, there is also a 1-litre TSI engine that delivers 115 PS and 178 Nm of torque. And for this, you can choose between a 6-speed manual and a 6-speed automatic transmission. In terms of driving comfort, the car gets suspensions that are set up on slightly stiffer side. However, at high speeds, even deeper undulations on the road went unnoticed. The steering of the Kushaq is on the lighter side. While this does make the daily city commutes an easy affair, it falls short on confidence during spirited driving that involves sharp turns at high speeds. Now, the Skoda Kushaq comes with disc brakes at the front but drum brakes at the rear. On the off chance that this might sound inadequate, it is quite safe to say that the car had ample of stopping power that inspires confidence. For the Kushaq, Skoda has put safety quite high on its priority list. The car gets 6 airbags and safety features like multi-collision braking system, a tire pressure monitoring system, and optional hill hold control. It also gets ISOFIX anchors and top tether anchor points to safely secure child seats, automatic rain sensing wipers along with sensors and a rear view camera.
So in conclusion, it's quite safe to say that the competition in the mid-size SUV segment just got a whole lot interesting. The Skoda Kushaq packs enough firepower to take on its segment leaders, and not only that, with the 95% localization, it means that Skoda can price this car very aggressively. Now we expect the car to fall in the ballpark of somewhere between 10 to 15 lakhs, and if that is something that you can afford, then there is no reason to look away from this.